In this video, I'm going to explain a technique that you can use to trace images, and it will help you on certain images. I'm not saying all of them when you do a bitmap to vector. So here I have an image and I want certain features of this image to be colored a certain way. Now, if I go to the bitmap to vector as I normally would, and then go to reduce colors, what this does is when I bring this slider bar down, the program automatically assigns colors that are close to each other and basically blends them into each other. So let me drop this down a little bit. Let's say down to here. Now, what I want to make sure that I do is I want this detail that's on the leaves that you can see. So there are two different greens on that leaf. Now, when I bring that down, watch what happens to the skull as well. So if I bring that down and I can bring it down to there, and I've lost the detail from those leaves. So I need to bring it back. So let's bring it back up to 11, 12, 13, 14. So at the 14 colours, it brings that back. The only problem that I've got is that I've lost the colour that was here. Let's say that I wanted that to come back, or I wanted that colour to be a different colour. I wanted it to blend in with this sort of creamy colour. Now, what I can't do is I can't link the colours because it's going to change the colour that I've got on the leaves. And I want that to be a different colour. So I'm sort of stuck. So what I'm going to do is select apply. And then let's zoom in on the skull here. Let's take a look at the top here. Now, what you can do is use the flood fill tool. So if I go to bitmap and then go to flood fill, it gives me this paint bucket. Now, the actual click point is at the end of that red bit of paint coming out the bucket. So let me select this dark color, and I'm just going to click on the areas that I want it to be painted that color, and it will automatically change them. Like so. Now, don't worry about certain bits that are not coloured. If I zoom right in on this, you'll see that there is still some of the green left, and that's a different coloured green. That's the darker green. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to sort that out later. I'm not going to have a problem with it. So if I zoom back out, now the rest of the lighter green here, I don't want this to be the darker colour. I want this to be the cream colour that I've got on the skull here. So what I'm going to do is select that cream colour, and then instead of just clicking, I'm going to hold the mouse button down and just drag over areas, and it will automatically colour that. So if I hold down, drag over, hold down, drag over. And then I can also just click, hold down, and just drag over the part. And it just automatically changes the colour. Now, to exit this tool, I'm going to press escape, or you can press here to select. So I'm going to create the vectors now for this cream colour. So if I create the vectors, I've got the speckle size and the smoothness set to the default, which is 2 and 75. Create vectors. Okay, so it's created the vectors. What I can do now is go in and delete all of these vectors. So those vectors, or those little pixels that were left over when I coloured this in, those are actually showing up. So what I can do with that, rather than going in and deleting, is undo. I'm going to change my speckle size to be quite high. So this is basically a tolerance of where it actually creates a vector around a pixel. And there you can see that it's created the vectors and it's not given me all of those bits. So this is just another method of combining colors when using the Bitmap to vector tool. Now, I'm not going to say that you will use this on every single image, but it will come in handy on certain images where you need to merge two different colors.